Kudos to the VFX team.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Crab battle.
Aliens?
This week's videos are sponsored by Prize Picks, the easy-to-use fantasy sports betting app. More on them in just a bit. Hello there, fellow reject. Before we began rolling, Michael said, I'm going to make a reference.
I'm going to make a reference.
What is this reference?
You look like Elder Maxon.
Oh, references.
I made it.
You made it.
I did it.
Did it.
He looks like he's taken a giant ship and flying it across Massachusetts.
We're going to watch Fallout Season 2, Episode 2 today. I'm excited to do it. Episode 1 was fun. It was a good setup for what's to come. Didn't intend to rhyme, but I do that all the time. Dime, nime, rhyme, crime, wine, bime. Michael, you feeling
I'm doing
okay?
fine.
Yeah, I'm fine today, too. I'm fine. We're both fine. We did come up with a Fallout shirt.
We did.
We didn't produce it yet.
I'm on it.
You are?
I asked to be on it.
Oh.
Did I not make the cut?
How many people are on it? Just you?
And me. And you.
Just a Michael and Greg shirt?
Greg and Mike. As ghouls.
Is this a real shirt?
We're dancing at a ghoul party. It's ghouls just to want to have fun. You think I'm kidding?
That does sound fun.
That's fun. Greg and I as ghouls dancing in Vegas.
That's the Fallout shirt. Keep a lookout. Maybe next episode we'll launch it.
Is this Shady Sands?
Oh, this must be, him as a boy.
And the New California Republic. Oh, this is beautiful.
I hope we see it get blown up right now.
I mean, we have to explain how he survived, right?
They do, doesn't he? He went into the fridge. Wasn't that in the
What is this, Indiana Jones?
The flashback? I thought that happened in the
Oh,
first
wow.
season.
Look at the soldiers looking the way they're supposed to. This looks great.
Sign up today. Democracy.
No trace of rats. Incredible.
Yeah, I got a rad meter too. Whenever I enter the room, goes up.
There's even more clean water down there than we thought. I mean,
That's why they call me Greg Geiger.
we can grow more crops. We can have another kid.
As soon as you figure out how to push your baby out of your own head.
Wow. Is that how they do it in the future? Those poor women.
Anything's possible in a New California Republic. Look at this Brahmin. The Brahmin look healthier.
Oh, Bantha.
Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
Patrolling the Mojave, they said?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Mojave Desert. Why do I feel like that guy may be bringing a weapon into the borders?
Hey, somebody call the doc?
He's on his way. Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
Oh, man. It's like a chant installed in his head. Is he the bomb?
Patrolling the
Had
Mojave
the
almost makes you wish
thing
for
at
a
it
nuclear
back in his head,
winter.
perhaps.
Yeah, they're going to see it. I just love the visual of a 50s aesthetic town, but with the entire backdrop behind this, like,
Oh,
apocalyptic
that
city.
is a straight up. That's a.
That's a colorful bomb.
They tend to be pretty colorful.
Go to your mom! Go!
Wow, he's really trying to do it himself.
Oh, the tension I would feel in a moment like this. I don't know how his hands are so steady. Oh, fail safe. Oh. They don't have their own little Fallout shelter installed.
I'm not sure if Fallout Shelter's going to do you much good at that proximity to impact.
Clearly, you never went to Home Depot before. There it is. There's his fridge.
Probably leaded
Okay.
for the radiation.
I need you to stay in here. Okay, somebody's gonna come get you out.
Oh, that is so sad.
I need you to eat and drink very slowly, okay?
Don't be scared.
Oh, that is so sad.
Oh, and his acting is excellent, too. Oh, my gosh.
Good boy. And one day you will be a good man.
One day you're going to be a good man.
It can be tough out there, but as long as we leave it a little bit better than we found it, we did okay.
So he modeled what he wanted to do after the night, but really what he's probably going to go back in this season is go after his father's message and try to honor that.
We raised him.
Oh,
Ah, jeez.
that is so tough. That's right, we didn't get the father's perspective last time, the parents at all. because his dad, there was truth to him, where he's now been disillusioned by the Brotherhood. Whoa, you look young.
Dad?
I just blew up a whole town.
Yeah.
Yeah, that has to weigh on a person.
Come read to me.
Okie dokie.
Wow.
All right. What book shall we read, Lucy? Ah.
Oh, that is so fucking weird.
This Fallout, the absurdism is, I have to say, a phenomenal start. I'm actually impressed that they had the restraint, not just the pilot.
Yeah, kind of mirrors the opening of the first episode
does.
ever of the series.
Well, you know why, Greg? War never changes. Feral ghoul.
Oh, he's got hops. Yeah, now you're really a video game character. There's more emphasis on action in these past couple episodes. Wow.
Yeah, that's action. Well, he feels nothing.
Rocking this suit used to make him feel special.
Oh, it's an NCR uniform.
Oh, what if I become a ghoul? I can get flexibility like that. Eat lead.
Well, that's not a nice way to respect the dead.
That's what we came for?
Doesn't matter. Back it up and report to the vertibird.
Doesn't matter. That's so telling of so much of how he's probably operating right now. Well, the last season ended with everyone getting what they wanted, but it wasn't what they really wanted, Michael.
It never is, Greg. It never is. I feel like we should make one of those. Me and you flying around in an airship.
I think if we get enough patrons, we can make it happen.
If we get 1 million patrons, we're going to make an airship.
Kudos to the VFX team.
And it feels so practical, which I think is the
goal.
I mean, so much of it is. Wow, that is a person with no feelings left.
It's interesting because the Knights last season, they were pretty intent on never showing their faces, and he has no problem.
Be interesting to learn a little bit more about this chapter of the Brotherhood's ideology. Seeing little tidbits of it, but oh, I love a fusion core.
Good. Got power.
I think I recognize where we are. But I have to keep my mouth shut.
Abominations. Nothing we couldn't handle.
Good.
Nice hairdo.
The key to our new home.
Oh, really?
Brotherhood has become scattered, broken into dozens of rivals. Now we have the strength to unify them. History at our disposal.
Elaborate.
Well, not every missile silo is destroyed during the,
Oh, okay. I know it's an adaptation of Fallout. This visually is looking the most like Dune, though. The original Dune had the actor who plays Hank. Isn't that funny?
Whoa.
Whoa,
The
mom.
crossover of the century. I think I might be wrong, Greg. I think the ground's about to take off.
The ground?
Is that Area 51?
Yeah, it is.
Together, we will fulfill our promise to make better this fallen world.
Make the world a little brighter.
My son.
Oh, boy.
And fatherhood will play a lot on his mind.
Yeah, sure will. Really thought it was just going to be a full-on Maximus episode.
Water.
Were you always this rude?
Water. Sugar water.
I'm guessing not. Look, your family may very well still be out there. I'm appreciating the kind of person you've become.
Oh, you don't know the missus.
I mean, you want them to like you, right?
I'm just saying a little bit of kindness can go a long way.
Charles Dickens actually wrote a whole book about it if you're interested.
Nope.
And, bye.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
I think it's coming from inside.
Empathy's like mud. Lose your boots in that stuff.
You gotta do the side mission.
I'm not just gonna let someone die while I listen to him scream.
Folks been screaming for 200 fucking years.
Did it ever occur to you that if you helped them, they would stop?
I was just like you,
Pretending to be this guy.
stupid.
And now he's pretending to be this guy to survive.
I don't know. Call me crazy, but I find going into hospitals and post-apocalyptic settings to never yield the results you're hoping for.
Waste of time.
Doing the right thing is never a waste of time.
It depends. Will
Half
we
off
make-
lobotomies. I feel like I'd love to do a second watch through just to see all the brilliant little production design choices they made.
You never know, man. You might start caring.
Help! We need medicine. What happened here?
Tunics.
Tunics.
You off from far west, ain't you?
I got one stim pack left, okay?
Well, that would be a profound misallocation of resources. Folks in them outfits don't deserve saving.
Oh.
Another one.
Might
Have
keep
you
my
learned
mouth shut
nothing?
for this one? Yeah.
Huh?
Let me help you up there, cowboy.
Uh-oh. There it is.
But you did lead us to dinner.
Well, perks of being a ghoul.
No, not her too.
Because she's a woman. Oh, no. What are they turning into? Radioactive? Oh, there's some other creature here.
I love how we can just jump into horror.
Something's watching you. Whoa, whoa, what the hell is that?
That is a Radscorpion, my friend.
I was genuinely scared. Oh, it's like a face hugger. What? It's like a much bigger one?
Well,
Love this foreground shot.
I love how sunken his eyes look at that. Yep.
Crab battle. Oh, that's just mean. Oh, you know what's top dog when it eats its own.
He looked actually terrified there. Oh, I can feel that.
Nice, Lucy.
Well,
Oh no.
awful way to go.
Oh sweet.
Sweetheart.
Excellent.
Hell yeah. You rarely see him scared.
I mean, getting poisoned slowly.
Help me.
You mean every time I go to Olive Garden? Buzzy!
Every time?
I only have
I keep
one.
ordering the same thing. I think I'm allergic to with the ingredients.
Unlimited breadsticks.
Fuck you.
She'll die without it. You won't.
How do you know? You don't know how all the science works.
Thank you. You're welcome. We'll get you home to your people, okay?
Those aren't good people.
Golden rule, mother.
That rule is for people. You're disgusting.
You're
I am nothing like you.
Oh, we're doing this again.
Yeah. Wow, we have reverted.
Which is why, when I get her home, I'll come back for you. Give you a little time to think about the consequences of your actions.
Maybe you're gonna be applying those words yourself.
Yeah, I've got a hunch you're right there, Greg.
I mean, even if I didn't play the game, it'd be so obvious that wherever she comes from is not a good place.
I wasn't worried about him. That's fair.
Have you seen any other television show, Lucy?
No.
No, that's right. Because she grew up in the Fallout shelter.
Listening to radio programs.
Yeah.
Like the Silver Shroud.
Oh, man, cameos. Dr. Doom,
Let's
Robert
do it.
Downey Jr.
Robert Jr.
They're all going to
Downey.
be here. We're getting Wesley Snipes from Demolition Man. Walt Disney.
That's brilliant, Greg. What are they going to do, Sue?
Welcome to the future. Welcome to the future, see?
I thought this was going to be more of a one-by-one.
There's been a change of plans.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
She good?
I'm okay.
Everyone, if I can just try and explain.
If they thought everyone at once, that must mean it's Reclamation Day.
It's been 200 years since you were frozen.
Whoa.
It is Reclamation Day. But unfortunately, Bud Askins,
A brain.
Put him in a bucket.
Bud Askins is dead. Try and remain calm. We need to figure out a way to get out of here.
Is there someone else that we can speak to about this?
Is there someone in management?
Someone ate all the crackers from my welcoming kit.
We're all gonna die.
Yeah, that was him. Come on, dude, you're trained for this.
I like that they're just playing into the what the hell do we do with the situation of it all. Hank is just living his best life.
Yo-yos used to be the coolest thing for people. And in the Philippines, they were designed as weapons originally. Did you know this?
I didn't know that. How would they use them?
They would use it to stop AK-47s.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty impressive. Putting away pride. I don't know how they would use it, but I will make a whole movie based on it.
I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, no. You know that mouse is going to be okay? That lab rat's going to be all right?
I think he's going to be fine.
That's why it's a lab rat. Oh, dude. I love how this device wasn't in any of Season 1, and it is, like, all over these last two episodes.
Yeah.
I'd love to attach one, like, Terra
The
Aeration.
little computer and all that. I'm sorry?
Nothing.
That's so true, though. What would you do if you could control your colleagues? I'd have them laugh at my jokes.
God damn, so mean.
I appreciate that you're more physically affected by that than you are by watching, like, human being explode.
Of course.
I respect that.
Animals are so much more innocent. Yay.
Sorry, Greg. Got a little pep in his step. Love the score.
Yeah, it's a great score.
So does he clean it each time? I have so many questions.
There's a lot of plot holes here. Genuine plot holes.
Yeah. I have a letter for the creative team of Fallout.
I gotta go straight to Bezos himself.
Answer my questions. I also love that we're at Area 51.
R51.
R51. There be Fallout pirates. It's kind of like a dream come true for them to have all this pre-war tech. And aliens?
Shit.
Cool.
A real fucking icebox.
That's great. For all Fallout fans, that was a magical moment. Oh, just
The Constitution.
The Declaration of Independence.
No, I call
was
it the Constitution.
It was the Constitution.
I think they're not the same thing, though.
Wow.
Oh,
Guys.
sweet. Oh, I thought it was bulletproof for a second.
Long-standing tradition of no drivable vehicles in Fallout.
Oh, we're going to get Area 51 active and going.
Sure are.
Hey, him and I are wearing a similar jacket.
Yeah, it's almost like I made a reference to that.
I think we'll do with it. Nothing good.
I see a little rebel faction beginning to build in the Brotherhood.
Why do you do that?
Because it's important.
Is that his new squire?
This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks, the app that finally let me crash My wife's fantasy sports clique. Yes, I used to overhear her and her friends bonding while I sat in the corner with my arms folded. Come to my home and I can't be included. Trying to pretend like, yeah, I know what yards after catch means. Just felt left out, man. And then I discovered prize picks. So here's the deal. It's daily fantasy sports, not gambling. No playing against sharks or betting against the house. It's just you versus your own sports brain. You pick more or less on 2 or more player stats. Like, will Luka Doncic score more than 30 points tonight? Will Christian McCaffrey rush for less than 85 yards? Sports things. And if you're right, you win. Another thing, too, it's fast. You can make a lineup in under a minute, play in 30-plus states, and you're not stuck to just NFL or NBA. You've got MLB, NHL, college football, even esports. Basically, if it has stats, you can play. And basically, I now can hang out with my wife and her friends. 10 years in the making. And when I get one right, it does feel good. So, fellow reject, what you can do today is you can download the PrizePicks app, use code REJECTS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code REJECTS to get $50 in lineups after your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right.
What is our duty?
To fix the fallen world?
Sometimes. In order to make a big problem something you can handle, you gotta make it small. So we start by bettering ourselves. You can do that in all sorts of ways, you know. Self-discipline, generosity, valor, and not smelling really bad. Dismissed.
Your body is a temple, and it should smell good. You don't want to go to a bad-smelling temple, now do you?
That's a great point, Craig. Also, grooming is just a sort of an essential part of a paramilitary organization.
It's always going to get dirty again.
Better to polish dirty steel and have it stay clean.
Just quote the codex to each other as a joke.
I've seen what it's like out there.
I really think Roxy should start showering, though.
Brotherhood is as good as it gets. I'm just trying to make it better.
It couldn't have been all bad out there. You met that girl.
Yeah.
She left.
And maybe she's still out there.
I have duties here.
Duties. Sorry.
I've read the comms. Quintus called for this meeting, but he didn't tell the Commonwealth. He's breaking chain of command.
Walking Dead?
Commonwealth isn't going to let him seize power without a war. Is that what you want?
I have so many feelings.
If the Brotherhood can keep history from repeating itself, my job is to help them do that.
Maximus, you're really good at trying to convince yourself of this.
Didn't even wipe.
No time. Commonwealth, man.
Greg. This is a very exciting moment for some people that are really into this sort of thing.
I'm sure I'll be very excited when it happens.
Every Fallout 4 fan is freaking out right now.
Welcome, auspicious meeting from the Grand Canyon, from Yosemite, from Coronado.
Whoa, his forehead is crazy.
Thanks to the efforts of the Knights of our chapter, the axis of power has shifted in the Brotherhood.
Where the hell is the Commonwealth, Quintus?
They would take the relic and give us nothing in return.
That's taxation without representation. It's un-American.
Representation.
Would lead to civil war.
With the Commonwealth. They kick our fucking asses.
Not if we stand together. With the power of the cold fusion diode.
It's funny. He's talking about not repeating history, and they're talking about Civil War. Guys.
Where we come from, women don't get to talk.
Keep talking and I'll carve you one.
Oh, nice comeback.
Come here, and I'm not doing anything with that
Defend the rights of robots, but not women.
We have our differences, but there is something we all agree on. Power.
The universal language.
How many of those can you make?
More than all of human history could ever consume.
You make the wealth common, you know what I'm saying?
The Codex does say that violence against a fellow brother is forbidden.
You hear that?
Now she's religious.
But I suppose the Codex is open to interpretation.
Yeah, that.
Wherever gets us our way.
Fuck the Commonwealth.
Then it's decided. Let's drink to it.
The makeup on that guy's forehead is
phenomenal.
Awesome. Damn.
Fuck the Commonwealth.
You chanted? Fuck the Commonwealth. No.
I don't know if they're bad, though, you know?
Who?
Commonwealth.
I want to tell you what I know, but I really got to hold that one in.
You speak Latin?
Good for you. I'm a school teacher myself, so education is very important to me.
Craig, you're not ready for what's about to happen.
I'm headed to Las Vegas.
You shouldn't.
Oh, I have to. I'm looking for someone.
You should go home. I don't want to see you get raped by the wrong people.
Yikes.
I will bear that in mind.
I like that it implies that there's right people to do it. Well, we're doing it.
These look like savages, Michael.
Barbarians would imply non-Roman. These are quite the opposite.
All right. I'm open to different cultures.
I want to go back. How do I turn my cryo chamber back on?
How do I turn my cryo chamber back on?
Listen to me!
Who even are you? Seriously.
I am son of Hank.
I'm the product of 200 years of genetic engineering. All of you have been selected to be my staff. You think Bud Askins made mistakes?
Never.
But look at where we are. We're standing in the product of his life's work. We are his life's work. It has to count for something.
He's a leader because he has to be now.
This is Bud's final test. If I can lead you all to finding our way out of here, we'll have proven ourselves worthy to carry on Vault-Tec's corporate strategy. Together, those of you who work quickly and as a team will receive these merit dots.
Merit dots?
Oh.
I took notes at a meeting with the company that installed ventilation. Dibs on ventilation.
This is me taking over the rejects.
Oh, the fire suppression system. Maybe we can get some water from there.
There you go.
That's leadership, Greg.
It's creative thinking right there.
Take notes.
He's empowered.
Give people badges. Premium Elite Plus. Disney's new streaming platform.
I think he's just having the time of his life right now.
Vision's still a little fuzzy? Well, you know what they say.
Who'd you wake up?
Have a glass of champagne.
Who are you?
My name is Henry McLean.
Oh.
Is it Reclamation Day?
Yes, it is Reclamation Day, just not quite the way we thought it would be. I've been running an experiment here, and it's not going well. The mice are so small, they're tiny.
Yes.
I signed up for the Vault-Tec Premium Elite Plus.
Oh, that's so funny.
Did you read the fine print?
Yes.
Well, I didn't. I prefer the classics. So much has changed.
Vault-Tec Premium Elite.
But it's what stayed the same that
It's so funny when we
concerns
talk
me.
about the way we do our
Old habits, I guess.
now.
Especially coming from Amazon.
I noticed on your file that you had a family, but you only bought a ticket for one.
You wanted a fresh start.
Family is the first building block of civilization.
What are you doing?
I'm improving a piece of outdated technology.
All right, so they punish a certain type of person.
Civilization. It hasn't worked out so far. But if at first you don't succeed,
Try again.
try again.
Put it against the glass so it looks exactly like the mice.
Kind of humanizes the mice.
It does. Makes those mice moments even better.
Like Stuart Little. I'm so freaking jazzed that we're doing this.
I'm jazzed that we're doing this. That's a pig's head.
Yes, Greg.
I realize we all have our
It's like walking through Chinatown in New York.
cultural differences, but just so you know, I am nice.
What have you gotten yourself into, Lucy?
Maximum brings gloom down to the minimum.
Kind of physical of workers they are.
I'm liable to walk upon the scene.
Like worker ants.
Oh! Cloud a ladder!
Oh, God.
Right
To the
up there to the
outside?
surface.
Yeah.
Lead the way, boss.
Certainly, that would create for a more interesting scenario than putting them back in the vault. Why does part of me feel like he's going to lock it behind him?
That'd be so messed up. These are good people who made a right decision, Michael.
Very good people.
They earned their way to these chambers.
Well, if he closes it behind him, there's a smaller likelihood of him falling to his death. yeah. That is a tough reality to come back to. He's never seen the ocean before. Santa Monica looks just like it does in the real world.
We're like 5 years away from looking that way.
So dirty. Oh man, the mall's gone.
Oh, that's right, because they'd know what everything looks like.
Beautiful.
Beautiful to
wow.
him.
Oh, we're still going this episode, huh?
I feel like this would be the last scene. Or I don't know.
You the one who killed that NCR bitch? Mold over?
Moldaver. I did.
Same, dude, same.
Bet I could mash you.
Probably.
You must.
All right, let me get my armor.
No armor. Bareback.
Not in front of the kids, Pumbaa.
Bareback. That's a very specific choice of words.
Wow, he was being literal.
You have to say go.
His arms kind of look like yours, Craig.
Nah, he's a lot more lame, man.
I don't see it.
Maximus, get up.
I feel like a run tackle about to happen.
Balls. Get the balls. There you go. Always
nice.
go for the balls.
Smart man.
He survived group beatings. He might know a thing or two. How is that fair?
It's not.
Come on, son.
Maximus shot first.
There you go.
Ooh. Open him up.
Nice. Use your other arm to push down. Just little John Wicky. No mercy. He's making the world a little brighter. He's making sure history doesn't repeat itself. See, look how inspired his Squire guy is now.
Is that who I think it might be?
Rick Grimes.
Coral! Michonne! I forgot. We reacted to that.
We did.
That was a great time.
All 11 seasons. Hey, he's got the coat.
Sorry to interrupt. Paladin Harkness, liaison from the Commonwealth.
What? Kumail Nanjiani?
I understand we're discussing a civil war. Not have gotten my invitation.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Come on, everybody!
Yay. That's fun. I like that episode a lot. That was fun. Oh, whoa, we got some funny. Cooper Howard. Oh, it's like his Spartacus movie.
Oh, this is so fun how they're perhaps tying some things together. Oh, Gregory.
Life in the Fast Lane. There's that car that they blew up. Go.
God, there's just like so much thought that goes into all of this. I love it.
I think more thought can go into it, though.
I disagree.
You're right.
Oh, look at that.
They should lessen the thoughts. Oh, little camps.
Little camps.
Inside a Coliseum.
Very Roman-esque camps.
Kind of reminds me of those people we just saw.
Yeah. I wonder if those people had a faction name.
Hey, they're being crucified.
There was a Roman emperor that, was kind of known for that.
Yeah, he had a pilot's license.
A pompous pilot's license?
Yeah.
Comment below if you liked our Bible joke.
Hello there, fellow reject. I am interrupting this video first off to say thank you for watching. Secondly, if you have been enjoying Real Rejects, an amazing way you can show your support a little bit further is by joining our Patreon page, becoming a Royal Reject. The reason we started up our Patreon is because, obviously, with the kind of content that we produce, we are subject to copyright claims, monetization issues. I mean this, no hyperbole. We get a copyright claim on something. Some things usually daily. So our Royal Rejects have been an amazing way where we can still keep this channel going, still keep it alive. And of course, what we offer over there is the full-length reaction watch-along for any movie or show that you see here that we cover for the highlights version on YouTube. Over there, you sync up with your own copy, so that way we're watching the entire thing with you from beginning to end, like we're your buddies on the couch or on another computer screen, wherever you want to place us. Secondly, this is one of my favorite parts, is you get to be a part of our videos, essentially, because every one of our reviews now, if you've been watching a while, we answer questions from our patrons. So by proxy, you're getting a shout out. By proxy, you're a part of our video. And you help us do a better video too. Like oftentimes you guys are asking us questions like, oh, I didn't think about that. Thank you for asking. So literally not just financially supporting, but also helping us just make better content. So there's a link in the description box and pinned comment if you wish to join. So many of you guys have already. Thank you for becoming Royals. And another way, if you wish to support, you can become a Righteous Reject. Those are those who go to our merch store. We hire the artists ourselves. Nothing is done through artificial intelligence. Our Royals get 15% off at the site. If you don't want to become a Royal, you want to go right to the site directly, there's a barcode right here on screen. Also, link in the description box and pinned comment. And of course, if you can't do any of that, it's A-okay. Just like and subscribe. That would mean a lot. Let's go back to the video.
All right. Well, don't forget to buy Ghouls Night Out. What is it called?
Ghouls Just to Want to Have Fun.
That's funny. That's really funny.
Yeah, well, you can buy it now at 50% off. I lied.
Wow.
We don't have sales.
Our goal is to make less.
We can't afford it.
Our goal is to go bankrupt.
We have no money.
At 95% off, we're covering all the costs.
Terms and conditions may apply.
Wow, okay. Well, Praper, thanks for editing these down. I'm sure you did a great job. I could see into the future. I'm a clairvoyant.
Why'd they cut all of my jokes out, Greg?
Because I told them to. That was my pre-notes. I said keep me laughing at his jokes. So there'll be 2 of those reactions, and the rest cut them out. Anyway, we just watched Fallout 2 by 2. If you're listening to us on Apple or Spotify, we're reviewing this right now. Reaction on YouTube as per usual. Michael Tessler. I always have this notepad ready to write stuff down, and I rarely do. I wrote Commonwealth Relics of a War because I felt like these were words I'd forget.
What I learned in boating school is... well, yeah, you were about to ask me something.
Yeah. You know.
What did you think of this episode, Greg?
Too bland. Too bland of a question. How do you feel compared to the last episode of Where We Are Going? You had thoughts about where we would go with Maximus.
Yeah.
A lot of this was Brotherhood heavy, introducing Commonwealth and a potential civil war. And I know this is an element that you were getting giddy about during. And how is it paying out for you so far?
Well, first off, I felt like this episode felt more like the first season than the first episode of this, season, which I appreciated, and that it felt like a continuation of a lot of the themes that we're playing with. This episode covered so much; it's hard to remember that we started with
Shady Sands
and being, there at the moment of impact. That played out, I thought, so brilliantly in setting up Maximus's arc for this season. He finally sort of achieved what he was hoping to achieve. Now he is in a position where his philosophies and who he really is are being put to the question, which I love that through each one of our 3 main POV characters, we are exploring the moral dilemmas and the choices of a player, but in different ways.
I would even say now we have a 4th in the form of Hank.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they're doing that, and they're not just leaving him as a sort of a
5th in the form of Norm.
Norm. Oh, yeah. Lest we forget.
Always forget.
We'll see where his arc takes him. I mean, maybe he is the true star of the show.
I like seeing the parallel, it just dawned on me right now, of how they're paralleling a bit of a journey between Hank and Norm of what they're both doing.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, there's certainly a meekness to both of them that is, one is overcome and one is overcoming.
Yeah.
And that's a tough shadow to, I mean, do we know how much he knows about his father? I'm trying to remember from...
I don't think he learned the whole truth. He was unpacking all of like Vault 31, but there's a fun duality kind of happening with them because Hank is a false leader towards the people in the vaults, but also he's secretly what appears to be working for Robert House, right, at the Vault Tech guys. And then you have Norm, who is taking on this leader managing role for Vault Tech when he's not to lead these people and stuff. So there's there, in some ways, he's more like his father than Lucy is, and Lucy is the one who has the close connection and seemed to be the one who's been most like him.
That's a really good point.
Like Lucy's the one who has taken on the role, the guide that he has instilled, the lessons, even if that wasn't who he really was underneath. And Norm is sort of evolving to be, even though he's much more good-hearted, some of the actions he's taking show a little bit more of that, that willingness to be a little bit more mischievous and a liar.
To do what it takes.
Yeah, do what it takes. And more like his dad.
Well, and it's interesting, too, because I'm not sure that I buy just yet that Hank serves
House.
I think Hank serves Hank.
Even though he called some. Oh, you mean and then in the
But
end game.
and like I mean that's I think, and that's also perhaps where the two of them exist in a similar trajectory to where there is a certain selfishness, whereas we have in the form of his sister somebody that is in every sense of the word selfless, perhaps to a fault, or a vault. One might say.
Waka waka.
No, I totally agree. I love how they are playing into. You are seeing everything that is wrong with the Brotherhood, while also you see the potential of like what it can be, which is a great sort of common theme that I think they've managed to capture from the games, because. Like Maximus, every player, the first time they see power armor, they're like, I don't care what I have to do. I'm going to get that power armor. And the easiest way to get the power armor is to go through the Brotherhood. And I think there's something really interesting happening. Obviously, the setup for the Commonwealth, and even seeing, the Commonwealth representative, I didn't get the character's name, but jump off the vertibird at the end.
Oh, Kumail.
I guess we can just call him by his human actor
It's very
name.
supposed to draw the eye and make you go, Kumail Nanjiani. That's exactly what it made me do.
But I think his like swagger and sort of the instant, that is in so many ways everything that Maximus wants to be. And I wonder if he is going to fall into a sort of another false idol sort of situation where
Definitely.
he sort of continuously puts these people on the pedestal instead of being the person on the pedestal himself.
He's someone who's constantly looking for a father.
Yeah.
Even when he calls him bad guy, Brotherhood dude. What is his fucking name?
The Elder?
The Elder, yeah. When he calls him son at the beginning.
And his face.
He has a little smile. He wants the approval. We've established the law. Obviously, he's been looking for a connection in Brotherhood.
Yeah.
He's been looking for that, and he's been looking for a guide, some type of North Star to rely on.
Yeah.
And looking for some type of mentor father is the thing he lost, and he's been kind of in search of ever since.
And I think not just the father figure, but what the father figure represented, which is a way of living, a way of life, a philosophy. And it's tough because to his point, and he said it directly in this episode, to his knowledge, this is the best there is. There's not another alternative. The best I can do is try to make this just a little bit better. And I think that seeing the different factions and the different viewpoints this season is inevitably going to have that personal impact on Maximus's journey and character growth. I have to say, I think in terms of shows, and tell me if you disagree, I think in terms of shows that show different character POVs and are in that sort of world-building stage, that this is top tier, like Game of Thrones level top tier, from jumping from one to the other, and nothing ever, despite the absurdity of it all, everything feels very real and very, even in like how they set up Shady Sands and seeing that, like, it felt so tangible. Like, you can see it. You imagine that felt genuine and lived in. And I feel like they've done a good job of that so far for all the other, and it's something we've talked about in the past. I feel like Walking Dead really struggled with trying to figure out how to take that leap.
Definitely.
You know, so in terms of the characters that you are like, this is my reason for wanting to watch every week. Like, who's
Walton Goggins out easily.
Yeah.
Going with that. I mean, yeah, it's like they paired up the two that are I love Maximus. I do. I love Maximus, and I like the storyline that we're getting with him. And I actually find what we got with him more impactful than what we've got with the Ghoul and Lucy so far. Honestly, I feel like there's been like information dispersed and good teases of dynamics to come, but there hasn't been much of a real strong evolution outside of some of the more surface stuff of, you know, budding dynamics and quipping and the potential to learn about hope, humanity, and for her to become a little bit more like him and get a little bit more cold in the soul.
kind of reminds me of the rough start to the dynamic in the first season of Ahsoka.
In a way.
Like,
yeah.
I feel like they're saying the things, but I'm not feeling it just yet.
Which is interesting because in the first season, I thought it was
There was
like,
so much-
It was some one of the biggest strengths.
Yeah.
Was watching her point of worldview get like slowly shattered over time from her experience with him.
And it seems like the little bit of that has been sort of walked back this season. Maybe that's what I'm feeling, where I'm like, some of that growth isn't there. But I also have a hunch that the setup that we landed on this episode, with where she is and the faction that she is with, which I'm so curious as a non-Fallout.
Well, I think the thing that's missing for me, honestly, with Lucy is that she had such a specific journey in season 1, and where it ended with her having to shoot her ghoul mom, and then her dad being confronted with the truth. And it seems like her personality is just right back to where it was before. When I'm like, oh, I kind of wanted to see who Weezer Sar was a couple days ago, carry on that personality more.
Yeah. What's the fallout of her, of all those revelations and of that growth and maturity and maybe
what her demeanor would be like now versus just go back to default personality, which I guess in some ways is arguably more human.
Yeah.
But I think it's just
and maybe that's exactly what they're playing with. Like, maybe at some point early on this season, we are going to have the needed breakdown that she didn't have time for because she immediately had the action of, I need to find my father.
That's fair.
He went. But who knows? I have to say, like, at this point, with the intentionality of everything, the intentionality to detail, how all the different dots connect, I have a hard time imagining that they aren't going to make us rue those words that we just
yeah, perhaps.
But that's just the optimist to me. Okie dokie.
Yeah. Creature was cool. Lobster King. What was it called?
Lobster King.
Rat lobster.
Is that going to be our next T-shirt?
Lobster King.
Lobster King.
What was it?
It was a Radscorp.
A rad. A what?
Rad, like radiation. Scorp, like
scorpion. That's a scorpion, not a lobster. It had pincers, like a scorpion.
Like a scorpion. It had pincers, like a scorpion. Yes, Greg. Well, you know,
look like a lobster.
Yeah. Have you seen Holes?
No, I haven't.
Really?
We have a Shia LaBeouf. I haven't seen it.
Guys, he hasn't seen Holes. Please, yell at him in the comment section.
But I do like holes. Donut holes. Exactly what you're thinking of.
I like bagel holes.
The holes of the joke keep going deeper and deeper. You know what I mean?
A tunnel of love. Gross. Well, Greg, I have to say, if I had to rate this episode, I would say I really liked it.
Yeah, I would say 4.5 holes out of 5.
Yeah. 4. Can we have a new official rejects grading system?
Yeah, we'll go by holes.
4 holes out of 5 holes. Yeah, I say 4.5 holes.
4.5 holes, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, this was top tier television. I was at the edge of my seat.
You were literally
not
the
just
whole time.
because my back hurts.
Mine, because my back hurts. Well, guys, what did you think about this episode, though?
Yeah.
There's so much to unpack, so much for next week. I'm excited for what's to come. Leave your thoughts down below in the comment boxes. Don't forget to buy your Ghouls Have a Nice Day shirt.
Ghouls just want to have fun.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. All right, we'll see you guys soon. Rejects, leave
See
your
you in
thoughts down
Vegas.
below.